HVB Bank. Now, HVB Bank is the most famous word. You can find it in last few days, and that is because the HVB Bank, which is located in US, is collapsed. Now, today we are going to talk about how and it is going to impact our market also and also world market, and what is the implication of HVB Bank collapse in US market. That is what we are going to talk in detail. So stay till end. So guys, my name is CA Tapan Doshi and welcome you to my channel. So friends, let us talk about first SVB Bank. SVB Bank is nothing but Silicon Valley Bank. Now Silicon Valley Bank is almost the 16th largest bank in USA. However, few days ago it told that yes, it is going to collapse. Basically, they are not able to pay their deposit and everything, and as a result, the bank is actually got the share price got freezed in Dow Jones, and no one was able to trade in that stock. Now, SVB Bank, if you can talk about it, Silicon Valley Bank is nothing but a bank which was funding the venture capitalists and everything. But you understand, you know that there is a higher interest rate regime going on in US market. Now the situation is currently there, it is 4.8, 4.9, and it may go to 5.5. That is terminal rate that the Fed may increase in the future. Now there is always, and you can say the ripple effect of all this high interest margin scenario, and this is what is happening with SVB Bank. Whenever this type of increase in rate is happening, no, there will be few casualty. Not even SVB Bank, there are few others cryptocurrency bank also got defaulted in last few days in USA. Now this is all because of the higher interest rate regime in USA. Now, if you talk about US Fed, Powell, actually, no, he was not able to judge the initially there was a upsurge in the inflation. They told that it is just a temporary phase, it will go away and everything. But they were not able to judge, and at that time they have not earlier increased the rate of Fed, but then they started increasing very fast, and you can see now it has gone so much that there is a replica effect going on across the world, and actually specifically in the US, and that is what is happening in US banking industry. Now because of this, now all the US banks tanked a lot, and there was a basically fear that it is like a collapse like in 2008 Lehman Brothers crisis. Now whether this crisis is such big, we don't think so, that at least I don't think so that this crisis is such big, because one thing is that yesterday already US Fed told that yes, they are going to bail out SVB Bank, and also they given an assurance that all the depositors in the bank do not have to worry because it is well safe, and they are going to basically honor that depositor also. So that was a good thing happened yesterday, that yes, they given an assurance, and as a result there was a little bit of rally coming back in US. And also one of the thing you understand now, the Powell will be in the back step. The reason is simple, because of this casualty what happened with the SVB Bank. Somehow it is, you can say that it is positive for the market, because now Powell may not increase the US Fed rate in a much faster rate. Now this is a plus point if you can talk about US Fed, that yes, because of casualty they may slow down, because understand, if they increase more and more rate, there will be more casualty like this. Even the crypto banks are suffering a lot. As I told you, more than 2-3 cryptocurrency banks has almost collapsed. Now whether this is a systematic risk, we have to see. But yes, because of this, US Fed may increase by only 25 basis point in coming Fed policy. Earlier it was been told that they may increase by 0.50. Even the Morgan Stanley already published a report that US Fed will stop now, they will not increase the rate. And as a result, it wasn't quite a bullishness coming in the Dow Jones and everything. Now that same thing has helped Indian market also. Today morning it was up little bit now, but again it has gone down. But yes, I can say that yes, this casualty has literally halted Fed to increase more rate. Now we have to understand why this casualty is happening. It is simple. See, Silicon Valley Bank was mostly funding the venture capitalists, and whenever there is a high interest rate regime, and when the venture capitalist business is not going on well, businesses are also going well, then they are not able to pay the loan repayment and everything, and that is what is disturbing SVB Bank also. Now thinking about SVB Bank, it is 16th largest bank, so it is not a small bank, and government and even Fed cannot like no छोड़ सकते कि बॉस जो होना है हो जाए, we are not going to fund you now. They cannot say like that, because see there is always a big collapse happening afterwards, because if one SCB bank even collapse, no, their depositors and their employees will not able to basically no repay their loan, and no, it is like a systematic risk happening across the economy, and that is what Fed and normally the government has to think on, and that's why it is like no that type of chacha, no, that they will give every no children a toffee and everything. So this is how they'll try to save SVB Bank. And yes, they have already given that statement, we are going to save SVB Bank, but that does not mean that things are settled down everything. US, yes, it is little bit halt. US may not increase the interest rate much faster than earlier, there will be a halt, but yes, still the systematic risk is there. But let us see whether this is a bottom place that now US market may recover from here, that we have to see. But one thing is for sure, in higher interest rate regime, the more it stays, the more casualty will be there in USA, and that is not a good sign for an economy. And that is why most of the banks and everything, they try to be basically very much vigilant while giving deposit, sorry, no, while giving loans to people and everything, because if they are not able to repay in the tough situation like this, there will be a lot of casualty. In India, we talk about, yes, India is much more in a better position and everything. Like Adani issue is slowly and gradually getting resolved. Adani is repaying most of the loans. So yes, India is somewhat getting settled down. Adani is getting settled down, because for India, Adani plays a very big role. Unless the Adani issue does not get settled down, will not have a great, you can say, short-term trend on upward side. So yes, Adani need to be settled, and that is one of the key point we have to understand. Overall, if you see world level also, no, things are not so great. Even if you talk about European market, now, European banking, let us basically speak about German banking industry. It has reached to the 4-decade low. Now, just think about it. What is the situation there in European banks? It is not at all good. And that is a recession fear, or recession already there in the Europe, and that is what is having an impact. 4-decade low, the German banks are reached. Now, this is not at all a good sign. So, overall, the collapse of high inflation is showing, and yes, the whole pinnacle point was Russia-Ukraine crisis, which started last February, March in 2022. From that day when the metal and oil prices gone up, similarly that is having an impact across the world, and Europe is the biggest victim, because the way inflation has gone up, the way oil, natural gases has gone up, because yes, of course, Russia was one of the biggest exporter of that, and as a result, no, there is a high inflation across US, and which is having an impact on lot of banks. A high inflation will create a lot of impact, because if the basically loan borrowers, if they are not able to repay, of course NPA is going to increase, and if the NPA increase in such a fast rate, it will have a direct impact in any bank, and that is what happening in USA, in Europe, and across the world. And this is what we have to understand. The things are not so great, but somehow we are always seeing a positive sign across. Now we can see that yes, because of this collapse, we cannot say that whatever SCB happened is done for the good, but yes, somehow because of that collapse, the things may get settled at a you can say US Fed rate increase, and eventually it may get settled slowly and gradually. See, Powell also, now this is one of the biggest reasons through which they can tell that yeah, because of this casualty we have to go slow, because they don't want a systematic risk happening in USA. So yes, this is a positive news in a way, to little bit give a breather to a basically an US increase rate regime. Now let's see how deep it will go, but one thing we have to understand, we have to keep an eye on USA and Europe. See, we are not alone in this world. Whatever happening in USA, Europe will have an impact in our market also. So very, very important to see what they are doing, how the interest rate going up, how the inflation is there. Is there any systematic risk happening because of this high interest rate? And guys, overall, if you see history also, whenever there is a high interest rate, there are a lot many casualty happening in somehow and other way, and that is what we have to consider while analyzing a stock and while investing also. Okay, so guys, this is what I wanted to convey you through this. So hope you like this video and stay tuned for the next video. By the way, how to understand all this macroeconomics and everything, you can sign up by clicking below link. I am basically conducting a free masterclass on selecting a multi-bagger stock along with the entry exit criteria. You can attend that. It is free of charge, and do basically register, and I'll see you soon in the masterclass. And guys, more these type of videos will be released by me on the currency and lot money on the fundamental point of view. So subscribe to my channel without fail. I'll see you soon in the next video. Thank you.